While the LA wildfires continue to burn, there will be a time at some point when the focus will have to be on rebuilding, and not just structures and lives, but also the foliage and the forest loss. A former Syracuse Tech Garden tenant, Genius New York runner-up, could help in a very big way. Joining us now, Grant Canary, founder and CEO of Mass Reforestation. Grant, great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, hello. Pleasure.
So basically tell us just right off the top what Mass Reforestation is all about, who you are.
Yeah, we help landowners recover from devastating wildfires. So we've got Mass, which is the parent company. We've got two nurseries, Silva Seed, which is 150 years old and manages the majority of seed for the western 11 states. And then we've got Cal Forest, which is 40 years old and grows the majority of seedlings, so conifers, so think Christmas trees, for California. So between the three companies, we are vertically integrated, and landowner, they're impacted by wildfire. What do you do? Where do you get the seed? Where do you grow it in a nursery? How do you get it out to site? And how do you pay for it all? And we take care of all that in a one-stop shop.
Yeah, so
and that's really important. Oh,
yeah. How might it look if, I know we're kind of really early in the game, obviously, but if you guys were to help, be hired, however you get involved with the LA fire recovery, what might that look like for Mass Reforestation?
Yeah, so Cal Fire is one of our partners. They're on the scene, first and foremost, put out the fires. Like, that's what they're working incredibly hard on. If you're following any of the social media and the trials and tribulations that all of the hotshots and firefighters going through, they're putting a lot into that. Once, as you noted in your preamble there, like once it gets to the great, we want to restore the landscape. We want to restore the ecology of the site. We want to restore the beauty. That's where landowners give us a call. And that's where we help them locate that seed, get it into a nursery, get it out to site, and get it on the landscape. And so Cal Fire is one of our partners there. When they're ready, they'll give us a call. And when landowners are ready, they'll similarly give us a call so we can help support them in restoring the landscapes.
So I think you kind of answered it there, but I'm asking anyway. Your clients are both public agencies and private landowners?
Yeah, so we work with state and federal agencies, counties as well. We work with tribal nations. We work with timber companies. We work with nonprofits that are doing conservation. And we, very importantly, work with small landowners. Cal Forest, very proud of a history of never having turned down an order, no matter how small. So that's one of the things that we can really assist and help with in a big way.
I mentioned earlier you were part of Genius New York here in Syracuse. It was actually beginning of the pandemic, 2020. You were drone seed at the time. How much did that help you get to where you are now? I mean,
is a nice infusion of capital that really helped us in a big way. That's the lifeblood of startups, is the capital to help build the business. And then similarly, you've got a cohort of companies going through some of the same challenges, some of the same difficulties as far as how do you build and grow your business, and then being able to work with advisors who have gone on that journey. All of that immensely helpful to where we're at today.
Yeah, and you all go through this. So how has the company, obviously new name, how has the company evolved since Genius?
Yeah, so at that time, we were 15 to 20 people and operating at a pretty small scale. We've made those two acquisitions since then with Silva Seed and Cal Forest. We're now managing majority of seed for the western 11 states and growing a majority of California's trees. And really happy to share that we have increased the seed that is available to communities, landowners in the western 11 states 3x since that time. And that's a really big challenge because across the West, not just in LA, where I went to undergrad and camped in the hills that are now burning, but across the West in the 11 states, seed is a really big issue. Forests evolved with wildfire, but they evolved with low severity wildfire, not what we're seeing now, high severity fire, where when high severity fire goes through, the trees die. The tops of the crowns where cones are located and several inches into the soil, that's where the seed's located, and that gets burned and consumed as well. So where that seed comes from is super important. And it's something that we've been able to expand access in a really, really big way for communities across the West.
Grant Canary from Mass Reforestation, obviously really early on, so I want to try to catch up with you again, but I appreciate your time tonight. Great talking with you.
Thank you so much.